Welcome to Talent Virtual ECG Training. This series shall focus on heart rate assessments. I'm Ogunlade O. Steps to assessment of the heart rate. To determine the heart rate, examine the long rhythm strips and follow the guide below. 1. Determine the regularity of the RR and PP intervals. 2. Compare RR interval with PP interval. 3. Calculate the heart rates. To determine the regularity of the RR and PP intervals, use the long rhythm strips, which is 10-second reading or recording of the ECG, usually displayed at the foot of the ECG printout. Now, so you put an index card against the long rhythm strip and mark the peaks of 2 successive R waves or 2 successive P waves and test the alignments of the mark points against other or subsequent RR or PP intervals. Now, by either sliding the card on the ECG strip or sliding the ECG strip on the card, alignment of the mark points with 2 successive peaks of R waves or P waves shows regular RR interval or PP interval respectively. Non-alignment of the mark points with successive peaks of R waves or P waves shows irregularity of RR waves, RR intervals or PP interval respectively. Now, so this slide consists of 2 panels. So the upper panel is showing a card, so with 2 mark points. So I like with the first 2 peaks of the RR interval. Now, so then you now compare it with subsequent one. So to show if they are regular, if it is regular or not, if it's aligned. So slide the card now. Slide the card. Tally with these peaks. Okay. Now you can also do it for the compare with the PP interval. So with the PP interval. So in this case, the PP interval is equal to the RR interval and they are regular. You can also slide. The ECG against the 2 mark points. So show the regularity. Now, the lower panel. So first of all, get the 2 points for the first 2 RR interval. Now you slide to see the regularity. You see there's no alignment. So the lower panel is irregular. Having determined the regularity or irregularity, you now move ahead to determine to calculate the heart rates. Now, to calculate the heart rates, 2 formulas can be used. So for the ventricular rates, you consider the RR interval, and the formula will be heart rate is equal to 300 over X or 1,500 over Y, whereas X and Y are number of big and small squares within the RR interval respectively. For the atrial rate, use the PP interval using the same formula, 300 over X, 1,500 over Y, where X and Y are number of big and small squares within the PP intervals. Now, what happened is that when the RR interval is equal to PP interval, the ventricular rate will be the same as the atrial rate. For this panel, let's see if it is regular. So you get the mark points, compare it. So it is regular. So you can use the formula 300 over X. Now look at adding RR interval, how many big holes within the 1, 2, 3 big scales. So that means you can use the formula 300 over X. So that will be 300 over 3. That will give us 100 beats per minute. Now, you can use this. The second formula, 1,500 over y, where y is the number of small squares. You see, each of the big squares has 5 squares. So 3 will give 15. So the same formula, 1,500 divided by 15 will give us 100. But the small, the second formula, which is 1,500 over y, is preferable when there is no discrete number of B squares within the RR interval. So it can, the RR interval accumulate some incomplete big squares. So the small holes will be used to determine the heart rate. So the second method we consider in this series is non-redeem strip method for heart rate assessment. Non-redeem strips is a 10-second reading at the reading or recordings at the bottom of the ECG printout. This method is most suitable for heart rate assessment when the RR intervals or PP intervals are irregular. So what you do for the high ventricular rate, count the number of QRS complexes within the RR interval and multiply it by 10. Multiply it by 6 to get the heart rate. The long reading strip, the standard one, is usually 10 seconds reading. So when you multiply by 6, you get 60. So when you count the number of QRS complexes within, that will give us the number of beats per minute. So let the number of QRS complexes or P waves in the RR, in the QRS, in the LRS, that is non-reading strip, be V and A respectively. Then the heart rate will be 6V or 6A respectively. Whereas 6V represent the ventricular rate and 6A represent the atrial rate. Let's consider some examples. So first we consider under this non-redeem strip is this ECG. The question is determine the heart rate. So what you get, determine what is V. V will be number of QRS complexes within the non-redeem strips. So let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So heart rate will be 6V. So heart rate will be 6 times 16, 96 beats per minute. This one is also similar. So determine the heart rate. Look at the focus on the long redeem strips. Look at it. The RR intervals are irregular. So let's determine V, which is the number of the QRS complexes within this long redeem strip. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So heart rate will be 6 times 19, 114 beats per minute. So this example too is also considered. So determine the heart rate. So look at the long redeem strip and count the number of QRS complexes in it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So V is equal to 19. So heart rate with 6 times 19, 114 beats per minute. You notice that both normal and abnormal QRS complexes are counted. Now, the same thing happens with this one. Determine the heart rate. So you look at it. So normal, abnormal Q waves there. So we count all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's 6 times 15, 90 beats per minute. This question also say determine heart rate. Now, you see different forms of channel recording. So this is 6-channel recording. The 3-channel recording is the one we consider above. So now the channel recording did not matter for 3 channels, 6 channel, and 12 channel. The long redeem strip is usually 10 for 10 seconds. So you can't. So count the number of QRS complexes within the 10 seconds long redeem strip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So heart rate will be 6 times 10, which is equal to 60 beats per minute. So this question says also determine the heart rate. So also count the number of KRS complexes. You see that there are different types of KRS morphology. You count all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17 beats. So now the heart rate will now be 6 times 17, 102 beats per minute. Now, the next question will determine ventricular rates and atrial rates. This is usually used when it's suspicion that there are missed beats, or either missed beats or missed P waves. So if you look at this one now, it's PKRS, KRS is missing here. So let's determine the ventricular rate. Ventricular rate will be 6V. What is V? The number of KRS complexes within this long region tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So ventricular rate will be 6 times 11, 66 beats per minute. Let's count that of the P waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So atrial rate will now be 68. A is equal to 12. So atrial rate will be 6 times 12. You notice that the P waves, the atrial rate is greater than the ventricular rate. It usually happens when there is a conduction block, a heart block, atrioventricular block. Now, let's look at this one. Determine the ventricular. The question says determine the ventricular and atrial rates. So you examine it very well. Let's determine the ventricular rate. Count the V, that is the number of KRS complexes within this. So long region 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10, ventricular rate will be 6 times 10, 60 beats per minute. Atrial rate, let's count the atrial rate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. So A is 7. So atrial rate is 6 times 7, 42. Notice in this one that the ventricular rate is greater than atrial rate. This usually happens when there are ventricular ectopic beats. Now, to determine, this question says, determine the ventricular and atrial rates. Also, we try to one by one. So, ventricular rate will be 6V. What is V? Let's count the number of KRS complexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Count normal, abnormal, 13. So 6 times 13 will give us 78 beats per minute. What of the atrial rates? Count the number, count the A, number of P waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. So it will be 6A, which is 6 times 12, 72 beats per minute. For more information on talent virtual ECG training, so TVETs, contact the coordinator at 070 385 40564. Thank you.